Okay, good morning everyone.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Okay, good to see all of you. So today our training will revolve around hazard control at workplace. So we will be learning about the techniques, how to control the hazard, because hazard will lead into risk and risk will lead into accident. Okay, so you need to understand the importance of occupational safety. Clear so far? So occupational safety is very important, and you need to understand why occupational safety is important. There is a reason for that. So we will take a look into it. Okay. So OSHA 2022 put a maximum penalty of $500,000 if the employer or the company breach the rules. Before this law implemented, the penalty was only maximum penalty is 50,000. Since this law OSHA has been introduced, the penalty are raised until 500,000. That is about $500,000. Okay. So previously OSHA stand for Occupational Safety and Health Act. Initially it was 1994, then they amend, make it into OSHA 2022. It was from the previous law. Okay, so they do some amendment and then it become effective in 1st June 2024. So we move into see what the next. Sometimes people might be thinking the 500,000 is very high. Do the company, really the government, in case they see any problem, do they really implement this law? The answer is yes. In year 2025, two company were slapped with this fine, maximum 500,000. So it is not joke. Last year, two company were fined with 500,000. So imagine if it's a small company and they slap with 500,000 penalty, the company can go. It will really shake their financial stability. All right. So that's the law. And now we see the DOSH report. DOSH stands for Department of Occupational Safety and Health, which is under Kementerian Sumber Manusia. All right. So now we take a look at last year statistic. Fatal accident. Fatal is death. Death. Sometimes we might be thinking, because our company, we never see the death in the workplace, we might be thinking that, oh, nothing with the, this law has nothing to do with us. But actually it is real. We have to understand. Last year, 94 cases, fatal accident. That means death at workplace, which means to say, each 4 days, one employee died. Each 4 days, one worker are dying at the workplace in Malaysia. So it is a very serious issue. Now that was death or fatal accident. What about non-fatal accident? Fracture, okay, or some injuries, cut, bruises. All right. So that was in a year where we have 365 days, we have reported accident of 4,315. Which means to say per day, how many cases? 12. This is recorded. There may be unrecorded cases more than this. So this is what has been recorded to DOSH. DOSH is the government department, Department of Occupational Safety and Health. Okay. So now I believe you all understand that the gravity of the occupational safety, the important to keep the workplace safe. Otherwise, this will happen, and this is not fantasy story. These are real in workplace. It happening. Can anyone on the aircon? So when these are taken care, we can have a what?
Workplace accident prevention.
All right. So we can have a accident-free workplace. So we will be focusing on workplace accident prevention technique. Okay. So that is what come under hazard control technique. Later we will move into it. Do you want your company to be next in that statistic, the one we saw before this?
No.
Good. All right. So, or part of that statistic?
No.
No. All right. If not, this training will reveal the secret of how to achieve zero accident.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here we go.
Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Will be useful?
Yes, sir.
You're right. Are you ready?
I am ready, sir.
Good. Okay, so I would like to introduce about myself. Okay, so my name is Bala. My working experience is about 30 years. I'm actually initially from food safety. My focus on food safety, where I focus on GMP and HACCP. GMP stands for good, what they call manufacturing practice, where the food industry or most of the company have to follow. HACCP stands for Hazard Analysis Critical Control Point. Okay, so that is focus on food safety. But our training today revolve around hazard control technique, which is under occupational safety. So where I stand on that, I have 13 years in OSH exposure, and my qualification, I have degree and masters in OSH, which is occupational safety and health. All right. So I have talked about myself. Now I would like to know about participants. So who can start?
Me, sir.
All right, good.
My name is Siu Nathan,
Uh,
and I've been working for my working experience is 3 years. I'm working in the production department.
good. So far, any accident has happened in your company?
So far, there hasn't really been any accident.
All right, good. That's all. What about you, sir?
My name is Piran.
Yeah.
I've been working about 4 years.
Ah,
And my work is as I'm under maintenance department.
good.
I will take care about the electrical problems in the company and also about the machinery problems.
Wonderful, Mr. Piravin. Wonderful. Okay, what about you, madam? Or you feel shy to share anything? Or you would like to share later? No problem.
I would like to share right now.
Ah,
My name is Darshini.
ah,
I am under the HR department.
okay.
I have had about 7 years of working experience.
Oh, that's a lot.
And I'm expecting to have a zero accident workplace.
That's a
from this
wonderful goal.
course.
Wow, that's a great goal. Okay, good. I'm very happy. So you all understand generally the importance of occupational safety, is it? Okay, good. So our training method is something very important. You all need to know our training method will be lecture and group discussion. Lecture is what I'm giving now. It's a lecture. So it will be lecture and discussion. And we have video presentation. And then we have tabletop activities, and then we have practical activities also. All right, so we along the way we will go into it, where you all will participate. It's not like I will stand and talk and you all listen. That don't work, because without any participation. All right, so these are the 4 training method we will deploy along the training session. Clear?
Clear.
That's good. Okay, for learning comfort is your involvement in this training. All right, this is what we call as a learning comfort. So, punctuality, be on time, because very good, because just now when we said 9 o'clock, all of you were on the table at 9 a.m. exactly. I'm very happy with that. That should be the way. All right. You all had a good breakfast?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Nasi lemak or roti canai?
canai.
Oh, what you had, sir?
I had nasi lemak, sir.
Nasi lemak. Oh, what about you?
I had roti telur, sir.
Wow, very powerful. Okay, good. So anyway, we will have break time and then you will go, and then punctuality is very important so that you don't disturb other participants. Clear? All right. So another one, phone should be in silence mode. You all may get very important call because all are working, your boss might be calling. So if you have any call during the session, training session, just raise hand and then you can attend the phone at that any place where it did not affect other participants. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
That's good. Very cooperative. So active participation is very important. All right. Uh, because when you all participate means ask question or whatever, so I will understand where you stand in this training. Okay, if let's say you are sitting and then staring at me, I will be wondering whether these people understand or not. Huh? All right. So stay focused. That's something important, and feel free to express. You all have anything to say, all right, you can just feel free. Okay, so let's say you all need any take 5 washroom break, whatever, just let me know and then no issue. Okay, so learning objective. After you all complete this training, what you all expecting in your workplace? That is to be very practical. What you have come for the training for what? For what you all come for training? For no reason? Certainly no. You have a goal, all right? Because your employer has sent you all for the training, so they want to see the result after this training over. After this training over, you can identify 6 type of hazard at the workplace. You should, if now I'm asking you, can you tell me any hazard at the workplace?
I guess no, sir.
Yeah?
I guess no, sir.
You have any idea, madam? Just
Perhaps.
you can give a guess also, no issue. Any workplace hazard?
Fire hazard?
That's in a way, yes. Do you have anything, Mr. Ferrari?
Any minor scratches?
Yes, that all come under risk and the hazards. Yeah, you're right. You all are not very far away from this. You all have involved in the workplace. That's true. That's come under hazards. You have any idea?
Perhaps fall.
Yeah, true. So okay. So now in a way you all are kind of aware of the workplace hazard. Okay. But now we will go into a very systematic way of how to identify the hazard. That will be easy for you all to do any reporting or to identify the hazard. Okay. So after the training, you can be able to identify the hazard and also the implication of that, the beauty or the benefit of that, you can create accident-free workplace because you can deploy the training methods that I have shared with you. And then you can define the importance to comply with OSHA 2024. OSHA is Occupation Safety Health and Act. Act means Undang-Undang 2022. So you all know, just now you saw, alright, what is the maximum penalty under OSHA 2024? Anybody?
500,000.
What?
500,000 actually.
Yes, that's
And
an
2 years in jail.
Absolutely right. So that's a big amount. It can shape a company's finance. Okay, if it's a small company. By the way, the company that will fine 500,000 for fine by the DOSH were construction company. They are huge billion-dollar companies. They were fined with 500,000 because some accident, a fatal accident, and they are fined out it's a negligence from their employer side. So government or the DOSH slapped them with a 500,000 fine. So it was a huge company they managed. The beauty, when they can be fined with 500,000, what do you think the company will do next time? What anything to share?
They will be extremely aware of their workplace
Absolutely. And you, sir?
I guess they don't want to pay 500,000 anymore.
Absolutely right. You are in a correct track, right? You are right. Because if previously they have to pay 50,000, can you imagine $1 billion company? You give them maximum to 50,000, they will feel like it's nothing. They will do it again and again. Compare with 500,000. They might be thinking, instead of I'm giving 500,000, better I spend for my workplace. Alright? So now you understand. So the importance to comply, follow the regulation. And then apply hierarchy of control to eliminate. So this is the technique that you are going to learn today. This is the technique. You will know later, but what is hierarchy of control to eliminate workplace accident? It's a very systematic, scientific method to eliminate workplace hazard. Alright? Okay. When all of these are followed, what you have?
0 accidents.
You're right. Okay. Now we are now entering into the content. Okay, content where we will have 4 modules. You will have 4 modules. Module 1, definition of hazard and risk. Module 2, the importance. Module 3, application of control measure. And then module 4 is conclusion. Okay, so these are the 4 modules today we will cover. Once you know this, we can this objective can be achieved. Alright, so we are entering into this. Now we are now focusing on the content number 1, which is module 1. We will focus on what is hazard and what is risk. Okay, now I want you to read this. Anybody?
Occupational safety in 1 sentence.
Yeah. Okay. Occupational safety in 1 sentence. All you have to know is what is hazard, identifying the hazard, what is risk, and what are the control measures. These two, once you control these two, you don't have to apply this. So in this occupational safety, the whole game is we want to pull out hazard and pull out the risk. We pull out the hazard and pull out the risk. You will naturally will get what? Accident-free workplace. So these two is our focus. But can we have a workplace where there is no hazard and risk? Cannot. For example, this is construction company. What this guy is doing?
Standing at our place.
Yes, he's standing at the tall place, but he's wearing all the PPE. PPE is wearing the personal protective equipment. That means he have harness. If he fall, he will be hanging over here. Alright, he will not fall down. So these are the things. Alright. So you have hazard, but why? This is what control measure comes. Okay. Alright. So these are the in 1 sentence entire global occupational safety means what? Identifying the hazard, assessing the risk, and also controlling the hazard, the risk. We will control what we call as control measures. Later we will go into it. I give an example. For example, this is a tall building, 10th floor. Okay, 10th floor. Tall building, construction site. Someone is standing here. If somebody working at the tall building, 10th floor, that's a hazard. Working at the 10th floor is an hazard. But if he's standing at the center, risk is very low because he's not going to fall down because he's standing at the center. Let's say, because we must understand, in a tall building during under construction, we are talking about under construction, you won't have any wall at the side. For example, you take a look over here. Can you see any wall? You don't see the wall, you only see the scaffolding. So if let's say this flow along the way, you need to come and work at this corner. So what increase?
The risk.
Yes, the risk increase. Once the risk increase, he might fall, trip and fall, and straight away go to the ground. It may lead into fatal accident. Remember just now we saw the statistic? Every 4 days, one worker is dying in Malaysia. Alright, so it is not something that we can say like, I don't think so it happened. It's a statistic. Statistics don't lie. Alright, so hazard is there, but the risk can become high or low according to the behavior. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so recipe for accident, for an accident to happen, you need to have what?
Hazard
And
and
risk.
risk.
When these combine, what you get?
Accident.
Alright, solution for accident is what?
Control measures.
Control measure, you are right. So we will learn about the control measure. Simply because in workplace, you cannot have zero hazard and zero risk. Workplace, you will have hazard and you will have risk. So therefore, you need to have control measure. We will look at it later. Now, here we come to the point. What is hazard? The definition. Can anybody read for me?
A condition or situation that has potential to cause injury, illness, or damage.
Absolutely right. Okay. So we know it is potential. Hazard is a situation, a condition or situation where it has potential. Means can happen. As we mentioned now, in 10th floor, is standing here under construction. So it has potential. The potential for the injury, in this case, is injury, illness, or damage, property damage. So if he walk over here, the potential increase, the risk increase for the accident. Alright, that is the meaning of potential. Alright, so what type of hazard, the category of the hazard, just now you all mentioned, but we did not go into category. Now we will focus on the category. Alright, so you are clear. Okay, and we have 6 category of hazard. Later I will ask a question, so you all, I want you to give focus over here. Try to remember this. Alright. Anyone, one by one, can anybody read one after one?
Physical or safety hazard,
Alright, you?
Chemical hazard,
Biological hazard.
economic hazard,
psychosocial hazard,
Environmental hazard.
Okay. Can anybody repeat?
Hazard plus risk equals to accident.
Okay. Alright. The 6 hazard, the 6 category I want you to remember. Can anybody recall?
Yes. Physical hazard, chemical hazard, ergonomic hazard, environmental hazard, psychosocial hazard, and I can't remember the last one.
biological hazard.
Absolutely right. You have anything, any idea?
No.
Alright. Okay. So total 6. Physical hazard, I want to remember. Later we will have questions regarding this. Physical hazard, chemical hazard. You just now you mentioned what, Mr. Pyramid?
Biological.
Biological hazard, ergonomic hazard. Did you all know what is ergonomic?
Yes.
What is that?
Ergonomic is related to our body, our
Yeah.
posture.
Yes. Okay. Ergonomic. Psychosocial?
No, something
related to
mental health.
our communication with people.
Something to do with Yeah, something about. Yeah. True. You are in a way in the right direction. Somehow you have, because you can say psycho-social, all right? So environment hazard is quite straightforward. This is sometimes people are quite not very sure about this, okay? So in total we have how many hazards?
600.
Yeah, all right. So we have 6 category of hazard. There are thousands, but the category are 6 hazard. All right. So I want you to understand this because later we will have a questions. You should be able to identify this hazard. Now we go into a sign on 6 type of hazard. In workplace you will see, okay, these come under what hazard? Fall, trip and fall, slip and fall. Slip, let's say there is a oil, the worker carrying a heavy load is walking, he slip and fall. This one, what? Something tied to this electrical wire, so he fall. When he fall, let's say his head knock the table or whatever things, what will happen? Injuries. Alright. So these are the physical hazard. Clear? Then we go into chemical hazard. Chemical hazard is the most complex. This is very straightforward. Why chemical hazard is very complex? I will let you know. If you see chemical, any container when you buy, you will see this. Any of these sign on the label. They will say oxidizing, flammable, is very dangerous, explosive, toxic, corrosive, compressed gas, health hazard, environmental, and so this will say harmful. So this is chemical hazard is in the workplace. You got to be very clear with that. You need to have a very good knowledge on chemical hazard. Biological is what COVID happened, you all know. It's a biological hazard. So and then we have ergonomic hazard. Again, as you mentioned, yes, ergonomic hazard is like posture, how you sit, alright, how you repetitive work, then forceful exertion, contact stress, vibration, environmental condition, poor workstation design. So these are the ergonomic hazard. It's usually people in office or people in store, wherever, everywhere is relevant. Ergonomic hazard. Okay. Then we have what? Psychosocial hazard. Find in the workplace, toxic working environment culture. Alright. So this all come under. It gives stress. But let's say you have a boss who says, I'm going to sack you. The very word will make you stress because you have to pay for your house, you have to pay for your car. You know, when you have a family, suddenly the first say, I will sack you for no reason. That all come under psychosocial hazard for no reason if they say that. Then we have environmental hazard. Alright? Okay, so far any question on this?
No, sir.
Okay, good. Again, we will talk about type of hazard so that you will be very clear. So, we have seen this before. We will go into it little bit deeper on what to know what is a physical hazard, chemical, and so. Can anybody read this?
Machinery, electrical, slips, trips and falls.
Yes. So these are the one of the things, a few of physical hazard. Alright. So we have anybody?
Chemical hazard.
Alright. What did you explain?
Exposure to harmful substances.
Alright. Among this hazard is very complex and also physical also very complex. Biological are quite straightforward because when you face microorganism, this is kind of illness. The risk is still high, depend on the pathogen. Anthrax, people can die, alright? So anthrax is a kind of microorganism. If the outbreak happens, people will die, alright? So bacteria caused by bacteria, virus, and pathogen. Usually people who work at the lab, they are exposed to biological hazard. Then we have what? Economic hazard. We have seen this before. We have psychosocial stress, harassment, and workplace violence. Let's say two employee fighting, all right? Two worker fighting, or the boss is very angry, scold. Then the worker will feel stress. Without good foundation, alright, so these are the things. Then we go into environmental hazard. Anybody can read this?
Environmental hazard range from natural disasters to man-made pollutants.
Alright. Now we are going to focus on physical safety. Okay? Anybody can read just this title?
Slips, trips and falls, machinery and equipment, electrical hazards, working at heights, fire hazards.
Yeah, you are right. So these are the electrical, what they call electrical also come under physical. In sometimes you will hear that electrical hazard itself become a topic itself. Okay? But usually electrical hazard will be put under safety of physical hazard. So that's not an issue. We don't want the small item to become a bigger thing. So they will put under one major topic. Put it under this. So electrical hazard comes over here. Sometimes in certain books they will put electrical hazard itself as a hazard by itself. Because electrical also very dangerous. Got to be very careful. That is why they will put, just now we saw 6 category of what they call hazard, is it? In that, sometimes they will put the 7th will be electrical hazard. They don't put it under physical or safety hazard. So you got to know that. So just now we saw physical or safety hazard. Now we see what is hazard? Physical hazard. Physical hazard is what? Anybody can read this?
Physical hazard involve environmental factors within the workplace that can harm the body, sometimes without direct contact.
Alright, okay. So without direct contact. Example, noise,
radiation and sun exposure.
people working construction, hot day, 34 degrees Celsius. They are in a very high building doing construction. You know, there is a risk. Some extreme temperature. What is that? They can lead into extreme temperature, means sunlight, whatever, 34, 36 degrees Celsius.
Stroke or hypothermia.
Alright, another one is hypothermia. In this usually happen at the winter area or those who are working in a blast freezer. Alright, so at that vibration. Vibration not 1 hour, 2 hour. I'm talking about for whole month they are dealing with a machine where the machine have vibration. So along the way, what will happen to their nerve? Will damage. Very long hour of exposure. Biological hazard, very straightforward. Common in healthcare, laboratories, agriculture, waste management. The risk stem from living organism. Alright, this is very straightforward. If you use a proper PPE, you won't get. PPE stand for personal protective equipment. Mask, face shield, glove, safety helmet, safety shoe, all come under PPE. Okay? So biological hazard, infection, disease, alright, exposure and mold, toxic, and then animal or insect bite. People who work in the plantation, they are exposed to this. Bees or animal. What are the animal?
Pigs.
Yeah?
Pig. Dog.
Snake.
Dogs sometimes. Dogs can carry disease, rabies. Okay? Alright, so good. So, ergonomic hazard. Okay. So far, do you all understand what is ergonomic hazard?
Yes.
Okay. Ergonomic hazard. Anybody can read this one?
Ergonomic hazard. These occur when the type of work, body position, and working conditions strain your body over time, leading to musculoskeletal disorders.
Yes. I will explain to you what is that. Manual handling. Let's say there is a box and you want to carry the box. It's a very heavy and the box don't have a space for you to carry. That's a problem. Example, let's say you have a box, very big box you have to carry. So you will try to hold over here. And the box is about 10 kg or 20 kg. It's a very heavy load. It will affect your, what they call, musculoskeletal system. Okay. So compare with a box which have a hole over here for you to hold, put a hand. That will solve a bit of problem. What is the best option? You try to use trolley. Trolley is the best solution so that it don't affect us. Clear? Huh? So ergonomic hazard is when you have to, in this case manual handling, it is about you are carrying a load beyond your ability. When you start to exert your body, you will have a problem, especially at our backbone. Our backbone, we have vertebra, there is a disc, you will have between these two, your backbone vertebra, you will have a very sensitive region which when being exerted, it will affect your nerve. There is a cartilage over here. It gets pressed when you carry the heavy load and will affect you. Clear? Huh? So that was one of the reason with the manual handling. Another one is repetitive motion. Repetitive motion is you are working, there is an escalator, the product is moving, boxes, you have to carry, put over here. You have to carry, put over here. You can do that about 10 boxes. If you do that for 7 hours or 8 hours per day, what will happen? 7 hours or 8 hours a day. What will happen? 7 to 8 hours.
Our muscles will start paining.
Yeah. All right, what you say is true. We will start to have issue with this heavy. Example they have given is a heavy typing. There is a carpal nerve over here. They call it carpal tunnel disorder. You will have a problem. All right. There are many things. This is just a few examples out of hundreds of issues due to ergonomic hazard. Another one is poor posture, workstation design. How you sit matter. You have to sit straight. Clear? That is something very important. You all have anything to share? All right. So even in the house, our mattress matter because it will lead into musculoskeletal disorder. Okay, I'll tell to you. Let's say our mattress, we are sleeping. So let's say the mattress already very old. It looks like this. Okay, when you start to sleep over here, it will affect your vertebra. Then once you wake up by using this old mattress, it's not old, it is actually defected mattress. Alright, defected mattress, when you wake up, you will have a pain in your body. You will have pain in a body. It has something to do with everything, something to do with ergonomic. Don't think ergonomic only in workplace, in the house also it matters. Okay, so that is about ergonomic. Now, so we know that ergonomic hazard has something to do with manual handling, repetitive motion. So now you understand this poor posture, workstation design. All right, poor posture, how you sit. So when they talk about workstation design, what do you understand? Do you have any idea what they wrote over here?
From the place they given for us to work, maybe sometimes it's not suitable for us.
Yeah.
Our body will like not comfortable with that.
Yes. For example, I give an example. I'm sitting here. Okay. So when I look at computer the whole day for 8 hours, the computer should be at my eye level. The screen. Let's say it is down here. I have to look like this. Our head is heavy, so it will start to have an issue over here. So when they talk about workstation, it is about the balance. Where you put your hand, it cannot be like very low. It should be slightly level up to your body. Clear? So that comes under this workstation design, the height of the monitor. Clear? Alright. So any question with this?
No, but I would just like to share that from my experience working in HR for 7 years, a couple of employees, I had one employee who she had cervical issues due to hunching down at the computer all day.
Oh,
Yes.
that's a very good observation. So did the person go to hospital or anything?
Yes, and
Medical?
apparently when she went to the hospital, the doctor said that there is no cure. She will either have to undergo surgery or consume pills all her life.
Wow. They never suggest recommend about physiotherapy, whatever. Because once we come to what they call with musculoskeletal, when we talk about medication, it is only with the painkiller. Painkiller is not a solution for the MSD. In short, they call this disease. It's not a disease, it's a condition, okay? It's not a kind of disease, we call it condition. MSD is a condition. MSD is a condition. Alright, usually we call it condition. Strain your body over the time. So MSD is a condition. So the doctor usually will give a short term cure, not solution. Short time solution is pill that is only painkiller. No pill can solve the problem with MSD issue. The solution is either they have to go to physiotherapy and then they have to modify the workstation design. Alright, so that is where the root cause is workstation. So this is what they have to solve. Okay. Alright. So anyway, thanks for sharing. It's a very good, insightful to everyone.
I now remember the name. She said she had cervical spondylitis.
Yeah. So you got to understand that with medication it don't work. Medication, the most they can give is painkiller. Painkiller is not a solution. You got to go for physio, and then you have to work with this design. Alright? So that are the things. Thanks for the sharing. Very good information. Now we go into chemical hazard. Chemical hazard, alright, especially all the company they definitely will have any sort of a chemical. They will have it. Give me an example of chemical. In the house, what you will have in the washroom? Chemical. We don't talk about company or factory.
Clorox.
Yes. Clorox can come under chemical hazard because it is corrosive, toxic. Okay, if we touch your hand. Now, when we talk about chemical, how this chemical enter your body? The chemical, how it enters your body? How the chemical enters your body?
Through our skin.
Absolutely right. Other?
Inhalation
Absolutely right.
and ingestion.
Yes. What is ingestion?
Eat.
Huh?
When we consume
So you mean people pour the chemical and then eat?
when they accidentally consume it.
Huh? Alright. So it enters into human body through inhalation. Inhalation, so it has to be in the fume, gas, vapor, exhaust, alright, fume. So when it is spread in the air, you inhale. So through that, if it is toxic and enter the body through inhalation. Alright. So another one is if it is in the form of liquid and solvent. It will enter your body through what? As what Mr. Pyramid says, it's entered through the skin contact or some cases ingestion. If let's say the chemical is flammable gas, example, give me an example, flammable gas. What do you think?
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen. Maybe. In general, even in the house also, not in the house,
Oxygen.
what we call as a petrol. Petrol is a good example. It's flammable gas. Okay, in the gas pump, we can see there is cases where fire catch and people smoking or whatever. Alright. So in factories, they might use some kind of a chemical which are flammable. When this is the case, then they have to come. That is why in factories they will have a smoking area where you can smoke, where you cannot smoke. Alright, because of one of the reason is flammable gas. I would like to share some information about one story about liquid or solvent. Alright, the case of ingestion. This is a true story. It happened in Johor plantation. You know Racun Rumpai? Racun Rumpai. These guys are involved with what they call have to racun the grass. So what they do, they were not trained properly. They were not given a proper PPE. You know, PPE, glove, mask, some of what? Goggles, alright, face shield, gumboot. So this kind they call it PPE. So what they did, when they pancho the chemical, the racun, it come with their skin contact. During the break hour, what they did, they never washed their hand properly. So they just, you know, the foreign workers, they were not trained properly. So they, little bit, they wash their hand and then they start to, yes, consume. So that is where we call as an ingestion. It enters their body within 2 days. Once they back home, they start to vomit, nausea, and start to having all kind of trouble. They start to see they become unconscious. So they have the two of them being taken to the hospital, and then the doctor find out that the chemical has entered their body. Accidentally, due to lack of training, lack of proper PPE, they've been
Poison.
you are right. So this was some, we call it negligence from the employer. They were not serious. So now can you relate to the OSH Act? 2022. Why they come up with $500,000?
So that the employers will be more aware of their responsibility.
Absolutely right. So when there is a heavy fine penalty, so let's say the government body, they come and investigate this problem. Why? What happened? Do they provide you glove? Do they provide you mask? If they say no, then they will fine the employer, the majikan. So if let's say they fine, they won't fine for this. If fatal cases, it might go into $500,000, 500,000 or jail. So they will give, let's say, about 100,000 or 50,000 fine. Do you think next time they will take this lightly?
No.
Certainly not. Next time they will spend their time. They will spend their time for what? Give them training, provide them the PPE, because it's not going to cost them a lot. Most likely it will cost them within 1,000 ringgit settled, rather than pay 50,000 or 100,000 fine.
500,000.
In some cases it can go until 500, because if they slap with 500,000, it would shake the company's foundation, depending on how big is the company. So these are the things to be. These are the real story which happened. All right. So with the chemical. So ingestion is accidentally the workers will consume. Accidentally it enters the body, not consume, enters the body due to lack of training. All right. So flammable gas. This happened, another true story. True story happened to my friend. He was working in a ship. I cannot mention the location or whatever. It happened working in the ship. He was on the ship. In the ship, they have a flammable gas. 5 persons were on the ship. Someone was smoking and catch fire, and this guy got almost more than 50 to 70% burned. Real story. So flammable gas is very dangerous. So in occupational safety, when people take things very lightly, there is a danger with that, because when employer, majikan, they feel like nothing, no problem, nothing going to happen. 10 years already, no accident. This year will have accident. No. Occupational safety don't treat things like that. Every day, people have to be aware of safety. Alright, any question with this? Okay, so we go to the next. Psychosocial hazard. Anybody can read for me?
Psychosocial hazard can harm a worker's mental or emotional well-being.
Yeah.
It's either work-related stress or workplace violence and aggression, or work harassment and bullying.
Alright. Okay, so workplace was a major contribution for this issue. Alright, so it is very straightforward things. So it can come like work-related stress, workplace violence, aggression among the subordinate, among the friends, okay, and then harassment and bullying. This also happened among the employee also, between supervisor, top management to the medium management or lower management. This can happen in the workplace. It will have an issue. Not only that, let's say the company want to retrench the workers. That also sometimes can give a stress for them financially. Alright. So any question with this? So far? Clear?
Yes.
Alright. Now we go into the risk. So we go into the risk. Alright, just now we saw what? Recipe for accident is what? Initially.
Hazard plus risk.
Yes, hazard combining with risk equal to accident. Alright, so now we go into this. Okay, so what is risk? Definition: it's again potential for harm, adverse effect, okay, that can arise from exposure to workplace hazard. Alright, how this happened? It happened, risk increases based on unsafe act and unsafe condition. We will go into it. I will give a lot of example on what is unsafe act and unsafe work condition. You all need to know these are the area where the company can reduce, get involved and reduce the problem. These are the area, the risk. So when you can pull out the risk, hazard will be there, but you pull out the risk, you can prevent the what?
Accident.
Yes, absolutely right. Accident lead into injuries, damage of property, isn't it? So this is what you can control in workplace. If you can control this, you can prevent the accident. You can have what the slogan says, accident-free workplace. You can have that. Huh? So these risk, you have to study the risk. Okay, now with the risk, you have two situations, two behavior, two condition. If these are controlled, you can reduce the risk. Okay. Now these are the example of unsafe act and condition. All right. Who can explain about this unsafe condition?
They lift the
Forklift. The load. This is the load.
yeah, they left the load just on top. They just leave it and go somewhere.
Yes, you are right. Okay, there is nobody, and the box are already come over here. It requires little bit of vibration or small push. The box can fall down. Okay, this comes under unsafe condition in workplace. Alright, so we are talking about risk. So what you have to do is supposed to lower down the fork and then put it down here. So this machine they call it forklift because it has something like fork. So this one is the pallet. So it's supposed to be when
They
it
should
should
unload it first.
either unload or they have to lower down the pallet. So this create what?
Unsafe condition.
Unsafe condition. Create the condition. This condition will it affect the people who are 10 meter away? No. Now, what is this?
Unsafe act.
What happened? Why we call it unsafe act?
Because people are standing under the thing even though maybe they haven't seen it, but if they're still standing under the boxes.
Load. This is a load. It could be 10 kilo. It could be 50 kilo. Yes. So by itself, it's create unsafe condition. By a people or the worker walk down here, you create unsafe act. So this is something to do with behavior. They are not aware. They don't have safety culture. Nobody trained them. When you see something dangerous, something has a risk, you don't go down there. This is where the training comes. Alright. So now you got to know the risk now have increased. The risk has increased. Alright. Clear at this side. Alright. So now I believe you all get a good picture of what is unsafe condition and unsafe act. Alright. This is another example. They call it EMPs. Okay, what will happen? It has a series of conditions will occur, which eventually lead into accident. A series of incidents will happen. Okay, now we take a look. We see here. This one, what you want to understand with this? A crane is holding a heavy load, isn't it? So So it have a two place where it hold the load. Here is what you can see with this
The rope
rods or the cable.
is damaged.
Yes, the cable is damaged. What they supposed to do? They supposed to change the cable, but instead they want to save time or cost, because if you change the cable it might cost, or if they want to do that might take. They may have the cable but they want to save time, they carry. This is unsafe condition. Nobody down there, no issue. It will break or whatever. It's not going to have property damage, but no danger to the people. So now you have unsafe condition, and then what happened?
Unsafe act.
Because why?
Because there are people around.
Yes. And you know it's already compromised. The cable are compromised. So the person come down there. Two possibility will happen. If it snap, if the cable or the rope snap, what will happen? Near miss. That means it never hit the guy, but it just miss. Or the other possibility is it might hit the person. Depending to the height, the load weight, the injuries would be equal to that gravity. So if it is very heavy load, very high, if it fall, then you will see fatal accident. Remember, in Malaysia, every 4 days, one worker dies. Alright? And every day, how many non-fatal accident? 12. So it is happening. It's happening. Why? Because they might have unsafe condition, unsafe act, lead into, if near miss, no issue. If near miss, never mind. If it lead into accident, problem. Clear? So now you have a kind of picture how to solve, how to avoid accident. Preventive measure will come when you can identify unsafe condition. The moment you saw that, you must say, oh, put it down, change the cable. You can avoid all of this. You all got it?
Yes.
Okay, now, to solve that problem, to understand this picture, a person with name Heinrich from US, he did research in 1930. He did the research and he write a book. He write what he say. I want you to listen this one very carefully. It's something very important. He says unsafe act, unsafe behavior or condition. All right. If let's say there is 3,000 unsafe act or unsafe behavior, unsafe act done by the worker, 3,000, out of that you can have 300 near miss. You will have 300 near miss. Okay, where about to happen, but for some reason it never happened. So near miss. If there is a 300 near miss, then you will go into minor injuries. 29 minor injuries. We did first aid or life injuries where there is not reporting happened. If this time to happen in the company where 300 near miss, slowly increase into tangible effect where there is 29 minor injuries, means definitely along the way you will see one serious accident. This is research. It not necessarily 100% it happen. It might one time they make a wrong decision and then it happened. Alright, but these are the statistics. In a company where 1,000 employees are working or 300 people are workers. So if these are the model they used to research. If this happen, this can happen also. So they call it what? They name it
Heinrich triangle or Heinrich
Heinrich law. Or sometimes they call it
Heinrich model.
yes. So this says that if this happen, it will lead into this the pyramid. Okay, the triangle. They developed in 1930.
Wow.
Alright. Okay, so this is something very important. This model, you should know that accident don't happen overnight. It happen because of a series of behavior, unsafe act and unsafe condition are continuously exposed in the workplace. Finally go into this. Now, we have an example of question and answer. What hazard is this? Is it chemical hazard?
No.
Biological hazard? Economic hazard?
No.
Environmental hazard?
No.
Physical hazard?
Yes.
Yeah. This is physical hazard. What are the risks?
Pedestrian collision.
Forklift forward, drop loads. So in this case, what you see?
Forklift tippers.
Yes, and also drop loads. Okay. Other than that, what forklift can give is noise, smoke. These are the risks posed by the forklift. Okay. Any question?
The smoke will be count on chemical hazards.
Yeah, smoke will happen. Nowadays, the forklift, they have battery driven powered forklift. When you have battery powered forklift, you won't have these two issues. No smoke, no noise. This is what they call as elimination. Later you will go into it, elimination. So when you use diesel base, you will have smoke, fume, where people in the warehouse, closed area where there is a lot of fume, people inhale, they can get what? Sickness. So smoke, if they use diesel. If they use battery, all these two problems immediately eliminated. They eliminate, suddenly don't have. Yes or no? Alright, so these are the things. Now we go into any question with this? Alright. So example of again hazard. Alright, question and answer. What do you understand with this? What hazard is this you all think?
Chemical.
Why not it's economic hazard?
Because it's directly related to chemical substances.
Yes. Okay, you are right. So it's a chemical hazard. Alright, so in this case, what are the mistakes you think unsafe act this person is doing?
It's not wearing glove, goggles,
Okay.
safety, white color.
Yeah, PPE. He never wear the proper PPE.
Yes.
Personal protective equipment. He never wear that. So what happened in these three route of entry for this case?
Skin contact.
Yeah?
Skin contact.
Yes, skin contact. Alright. It may also will lead into injection when
Because
if
he didn't wash his hand.
if he never properly washed the hand and he consume any food, it can lead into injection. Alright. And also if it is a fume, it can also enter into our human body through inhalation. Alright. So here very clear, it has skin contact and may lead into injection. May. Alright. So the risk, because he never wear the PPE, personal protective equipment. What are the things supposed to wear? You can supposed to wear glove,
Vest.
yeah,
Goggles.
yeah. Alright, so you never do that. So now you all understand unsafe act, unsafe condition. Here what you see?
The chemicals are spilled everywhere.
Yes, let's say it's flammable. What will happen if somebody smoke?
Will explode.
Catch fire. So there is a property damage and also fatal accident. Alright. So now you should be very clear. In workplace there will be hazard, there will have a risk. But what will induce that is individual, the behavior, and you let this condition prolong. You never solve this. Before you call a team, you solve the issue. Okay? These are the things. Now, what do you think about this? What hazard is this? Biological hazard. Alright. So, microorganism. Okay, microorganism, you know there are about 6 types of microorganism. Okay, so it's a biological hazard, can lead to infection and disease, toxic, mold, so and so. Okay. Alright. Any question with this? No. No, okay. Now they have come up with a chart, a system, how to solve this issue, how to read, how to identify. Okay, how to identify. They call it hazard identification, risk assessment, and risk control. You all will see this along the way. If you all use in your workplace, you can create an environment or a situation or a condition where there is no accident free. Okay? Alright, so this is high rank recording. Recording high rank. Clear? Okay. You can see this yellow color, red color, and green color, and you can see the risk rating, score, and also the level. How you come to this conclusion based on this? Okay, so we have what they call as risk matrix. Here, probability and the impact. I will explain about this. Again, I use it's a building. Okay, it's let's say about 10th floor. Someone is standing here, and then we have a slightly elevated, maybe 1 meter. 1 meter. This person come to the edge of the things and fall down. His injuries compared with 10th floor person, whose one is going to be very heavy injuries? 10th floor. Okay, this is what they call of the impact or the severity of the injuries. He also will injure, but here likelihood for him to die is very high due to the impact. Okay, so here that is why you have insignificant, minor, significant, major, severe. So if this person fall from 1 meter, which is about 3 meter, he fall, his one will might be minor or insignificant. These two. If fall from 10th floor, it will go into major or severe. Severe means fatal or the most major. Can it be insignificant if you fall from 10th floor? No way. Alright. So it will go into extreme, that is major or severe. Alright. Now he is at 10th floor, but he only work at the center. Now we see probability for him to fall down is very rare, very low. It is severe because he's at the 10th floor. If it fall severe, but the probability for it to happen is very low because he's working at the center. Alright? Compared with this guy working at center. So if I want you to understand the risk matrix, how we calculate, quantify the risk. This is the way to quantify the risk. Okay? So working at 10th floor, working at 1 meter high, you have two cases, both would lead into injuries. If we work at the center, alright, if it happened, it's extreme. But when the risk is very low, okay, very low, so you have a green color. That means it's very low, the rare, very rare. The probability to happen is very rare, okay, and also insignificant. He is not going to die if he fall. He's at the center, very rare. So this is the case. So this is how we determine the matrix or the quantify.
Severity of the risk.
Yes, we quantify we do the IRAC to quantify the asset, to give to check how dangerous is the task. So this is what we use. Now we go into activities. Okay. Alright. I want you all to get involved. We have this session, group discussion, identify safe, unsafe act, unsafe condition on this picture. So far, you all saw a lot of example. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So I believe now you are able to identify unsafe act and unsafe condition. Alright. So now based on this picture, can anybody try to point what are the unsafe act and also unsafe condition?
I guess the glass are broken there.
Alright, the glass are broken. This create what? Unsafe act or unsafe condition?
Act and condition.
Yes, it lead into unsafe condition. What will happen if somebody step on it?
It will lead to minor injury.
Yes, absolutely right. Okay. Now, anything else you want to see?
There is an old man throwing a hammer to a guy.
Yeah.
The guy is trying to catch it.
Okay. That comes under unsafe condition or unsafe act?
Act.
Act. Yes. Why? Because this is behavior-based risk. He is supposed to hand over, hand to hand, not throwing the hammer. Alright? Okay. Now somehow what you see?
The ladder
Yeah.
is not even. There's a
Oh yeah.
plank or something below
Yes.
it. And also the ladder is broken out there.
Oh yeah.
The ladder is also broken.
Yeah. Good observation. And you can see the tools are hanging.
Yes.
And there are people down here. So here what you see,
Unsafe act.
and also
Unsafe condition.
yes, two risks exist in this just by this person. He is unsafe act. He carrying with the tools. It could be hammer, plier, all right. And the person is down here, and unsafe condition. It is broken. So a combination of this, if let's say he never see and then he put his hand over there or put his leg over here. So the combination of unsafe act and unsafe condition will lead into what just now? The recipe for accident is what?
Hazard plus risk.
Okay? Hazard combining with the risk, it can lead into accident. Alright? For accident to happen, you need to have these two. One is human involvement, behavior with unsafe act. Another one is unsafe condition. So you see here, both are reach in this picture. Okay, now somehow what you can see in this.
There's this lady who walking towards the hole, the manhole that is open.
Yes.
And she's carrying something like a laundry bag in her hand. So
Alright.
it might block her vision.
Absolutely right. That is the whole point. She is carrying, so the visibility is very low. So she might fall inside the hole, and we do not know how deep. What are the things inside the hole? It could be 1 feet, it could be 10 feet, it may have some dangerous solvent, chemical or water. Alright? Summer what? And did she wear the safety shoe?
No, she didn't wear safety
No.
shoe or any safety clothes.
Okay, good. Alright. So Summer, what you want to see from this picture?
The wires are very messy.
Absolutely right. So with this, what hazard can happen? Trip and fall. Because the wire can stuck with the leg and the person who's walking can fall. Alright. So look like you all are catching up, trying to are able to differentiate between unsafe act and unsafe condition. Somehow what you can see in this picture.
There are nails scattered everywhere.
Yeah.
There are nails and screws scattered on the floor.
It's very dirty. Alright.
Also, there's the plank, wooden plank, there's nails sticking out of it. So it's very dangerous if someone steps on it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So somehow what you can see with the person carrying here. You want to call this unsafe act or unsafe condition?
Act.
Alright. Why you prefer that as unsafe act?
Because it is an extremely long plank.
Okay.
So if somebody walks past him, he couldn't even notice them and he might accidentally hurt them.
Yes, you are right. And then on top of that, there is a person over here. It's not open space, where completely open field where there is no one you are carrying. You are carrying where there is a lot of work going on. Okay? Alright.
There's also this guy carrying a heavy burden, a big crate.
Heavy load.
Heavy load.
This guy.
Yes.
Alright.
And also the boxes might fall.
Yeah. So this is what? This come underneath these two what? Unsafe condition. Yeah. So his behavior come under what?
Unsafe act.
Why? Because he's not aware of the
Boxes.
yes.
In my opinion, there are two hazards here.
Yes.
One is physical hazard, another one is ergonomic hazard.
Yeah. It's a good observation. Alright. So it's a combination of all. There is a hazard and then it become. So do you think accident will happen or not with this environment?
Yes.
Surely it will happen, sir.
Absolutely right. The likelihood for the accident to happen is very high. Alright? Okay. Somehow, what you see with this, there is a crane carrying load.
Yeah, and there's people standing below it.
Okay.
And it looks very loose also.
Yeah. Alright. We're supposed to have two sides of holding, not one side. If it tilt, it might fall over this way. Okay? But anyway. So what are the unsafe acts you see over here?
People standing below that metal bar.
Yeah.
Also, there's someone painting something and they're standing on a very dangerous crane.
Yeah.
It's the load.
Yeah. So it is very unstable platform. It can lead into what type of hazard, risk? Fall from height. It may be 1 feet or maybe 1 meter or 2 meter. We do not know because it's a picture. But the risk for the injuries is very high. Okay. All right. Somehow what do you see with this guy? There is a what?
Yes.
Cylinder. All right. It could be used for welding. The guy is over here. And there is a flame over here. And this person look like a medical practitioner.
It doesn't look like he's aware of that flame.
So this is a good recipe for
Danger.
accident. Alright. So now you are very clear with this picture that what is unsafe act and unsafe condition. So if you are in your workplace, if you see this kind of condition, you were given a power or right by your boss to solve this problem, what you will do first? Call all of them, what you will tell them. If let's say they come for this training, do you think they will do this? No. So they are doing that because they don't have awareness, safety awareness is seriously lacking in this company. If let's say they come for they were given safety awareness, we introduce them more, we inform them what is unsafe act, unsafe condition, you can prevent accident. What do you think this place will look like?
It will look neat.
In order.
It will look clean.
Clean.
And the people will look much more organized.
Yeah.
Actually, sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
I have been looking at that one guy.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure exactly what is he doing. He looks like he's running.
Yeah. This guy. Okay. Alright.
What is he doing?
We can interpret it many ways. It looks like he is running by looking somewhere. So it's a point you should not run, because when you run, you are creating what? Unsafe act. Alright, it's a very dynamic situation. Many people are working, they call it dynamic. Next moment, what will happen, we do not know. Very dynamic situation, okay? So he's running and he's looking there. So visibility is, he don't have visibility. Maybe this is lower, so he might go and knock the load. Alright, so it could be anything. So these are the, in general, the purpose of this picture, the purpose of this question and answer, so that I want to know, did you all able to recognize, identify unsafe act and unsafe condition? Now what do you all think? If these two are taken care in the workplace, do you think accident will happen?
No.
Not exactly 100% no. There's always that 0.01% chance of things going out of hand.
That is why the Heinrich law comes. Okay, just now we saw the Heinrich law, the pyramid shape.
Yes.
Why? He says when there is a series of near-miss incidents, it will lead into minor incident 300, then 29 minor incident you can see here.
And one serious accident.
It can lead into 3,000. So this is how the problem comes. Alright, so this is how. So when you can able to control, train your employee so that everybody knows what is unsafe act, unsafe condition, you can remove this. When you remove this, will this happen?
No.
No.
You can remove near miss by controlling the unsafe act and unsafe condition. So that is why training is very important. So when you go to your workplace, you will be aware of what's going on. You will be aware. So you will ensure that this never happened. What is this?
Unsafe acts, behaviors or conditions.
When you can prevent this, naturally this will not happen. Now you understand the power to control the accident is in your hand. Alright, not only your hand, when the knowledge comes to you, you have to implement in your workplace. On what?
Unsafe acts, behaviors or conditions.
Very good. So now you all get a picture of how to have an accident-free workplace. Is it possible or not?
Yes.
It's possible. Alright? Because the awareness has been given. Okay, now we move to, so I believe we have given enough information about this. Alright, now we go into module 2. Now we are moving into module 2. Okay. Module 2 is about, we will talk about legal and regulatory compliance. Comply company reputation, uplift employee moral. Okay. So just now you saw the OSHA. Did you know the name OSHA?
Yes.
It's OSHA, not
Occupational
OSHA.
Safety and
OSHA.
Health Act.
Anybody have a friend named Usha?
I had a kindergarten teacher named Usha.
Okay. Anyway, so OSHA is a law. Alright, OSHA is a law. Okay, Occupational Safety and Health Act. Undang-undang. Clear? Alright. So legal and regulatory compliance. Compliance is to follow the rules. Why? You know, when there is accident happen in the workplace, what is the maximum penalty under OSHA 2022?
500,000.
Absolutely
And
right.
2 years
Or 2 years jail. That is maximum. So why legal and regulatory compliance is important? Alright. One. Anybody can read this?
The importance to comply with OSHA 2022 is to avoid maximum penalties or stop work order.
Yeah.
The second one is it's important to comply with other law such as environmental law and related.
Yes, absolutely right. Now, when there is an accident, the DOSH will come. So the DOSH will come and give penalty. Of course, there will be inquiry. They have to go to the court, so and so. But what immediately will happen when there is a death in the workplace is DOSH will come. DOSH is Department of Occupational Safety and Health. The government people will come. Alright, the government body will come, authority will come. They will come and see, oh, accident happened. How many people died? 2 people died. Okay? Alright. They will stop work order. They will give them. You tak boleh kerja dekat sana sehingga siasatan dijalankan. So when you stop work order happen, it is equal to what?
The company's job is stopped.
When stop work order comes, it have a toll on these two, time and also increase the cost. Alright? Let alone the penalty. So it is a real trouble situation will happen to the company. So the company need to be very clear why they have to follow the rules and regulation. So is it as an employee, let's say you are an employer, majikan, you know the law. You have 100 workers are working. What you will be thinking to do? You have 100 workers are working. You are employee. You are the boss. You will focus on this, or you want to focus on the job done.
Job done.
You have 500,000 2 years jail terms for the people employer who is not following the rules and regulation.
If I'm a boss, I will
Focus on
our
safety.
safety.
Yes. Alright. So if you are a boss, with the new rules and regulation, with the penalty of 500,000 or 2 years jail, better you invest into safety culture. Yes or no? Alright. So there is a reason why you have to comply. Alright. So now, environment. If environment, the company discharge any chemical into the river, environment department have their own law. They can come, they also can charge the company. That's again a few hundred thousands. So if it affects in both ways. Alright? So now you understand. So why legal and regulation compliance is very important. Any question on this?
No question, but there have been an issue a couple years back that the lead was
Lead poisoning?
it was drained into the river somewhere here in Selangor.
Yeah.
Sungai.
Yeah. There is a case where there is two incidents. One is Kim River they call.
Yes, Sungai Kim.
that is the whole area affected, where they have to pick up all the people from the place. Okay, it's a big mess. It was because of the industrial chemical are being discharged into the river. Okay. Alright, so now we go with the things. So, if let's say the company take care, follow the rules and regulation, the company reputation will be there, are protected. Safe working environment, anybody can read this?
Safe working environment enhance company image at every level made among its competitor, customer, authorities, brand, and etc.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. So company reputation is taken care. Let's say you buy what phone?
Samsung A26.
Wonderful. If let's say somebody tell you, oh, the Samsung company never take care of the worker. Per day 10 people are dying to make the phone. Will you go and buy the phone?
I
No.
think I'm just another brand.
You are right. So that is where company reputation comes. People will have, oh, the company is mistreat the worker. Okay, now we go into uplift the employee moral. Okay, so that's another important reason why we have to apply for the OSHA 2022. So originally it was OSHA 1994 OSHA. 1930 was Heinrich Law. He wrote the book. Okay, 1994 was OSHA 1994. It replacing Factory and Machinery Act 1967. So initially we have Factory and Machinery Act. It were not enough, so the government introduced another law called OSHA 1994. Alright, and then in 2022 they amend the OSHA 1994 because the penalty was very low. It was 50,000, and companies, big companies, don't bother about the safety. If people die lah, we can pay the money. So in year 2022, the government amend and raised the penalty up to $500,000 and 2-year jail. So what happened? All the company, they know the importance of safety. Now you will understand why they amend the law and why it is important. So there are benefits for the worker when there is a safety are taken care in the company. Alright, so from here we move into the module 3. So module 3 is about application of control measure. Do you know just now we saw at beginning hazard, risk and then control measure.
Yes.
Now we enter into that phase, control measure. Alright, so clear. So in control measure we will study about 5 steps in hierarchy of control, type of control measure, all 5 steps with example. So this is our module 3. Alright, so shall we move into the module 3?
Yes.
Yes.
Any questions so far?
No.
No, sir.
Okay. So 5 steps in hierarchy of control. Now, question number 1. Just now we saw Heinrich law. The pyramid was, bottom was bigger or higher, something like this. This one look upside down. Why? This was Heinrich law or Heinrich triangle. It is about what? 3,000 unsafe act will lead into 300 near miss, 29, and finally lead into what major accident. Yeah, right, good. Alright, now this is another case. This is hierarchy of control for control measures. Okay, so this is to show what? Can you see this?
Least effective to most effective.
Yes, PPE and also elimination. Okay, so it's a physical removal of the hazard. Physically you are removing the hazard. So now I want you to see the whole picture. Now we saw hazard, we saw the risk. Hazard in the workplace cannot be avoided, it will be there. Construction hazard is there. They are building 40-story hazard. But the risk, we can reduce the risk. Okay, by applying the control measure. So here the control measure comes. When it comes, you can have a accident-free workplace. Okay, so what is this? We understand. First, we try to eliminate the hazard at all.
That is the most effective way.
Absolutely right. Okay, most effective way. Then, if we cannot eliminate, what we can do? We substitute. We substitute. Let's say you cannot substitute also. What you can do?
Engineering.
Isolate people from the hazard.
Yes. Okay. Another way?
Change the way people work.
Okay, good. Finally, what we use?
PPE.
Okay. Finally, we use PPE. Okay. Now you understand, huh? Now we move into this. So I want you to remember this. I'm going to ask this question. How many control measures are there? How many control measures are there?
5.
5. Okay, what is the most effective?
Elimination.
Why elimination? Because you remove the whole hazard.
Physically remove the hazard.
Yeah. Okay. You remove the hazard. So elimination. If this don't work, you go into substitute. If this don't work, you go into engineering control. If not, administration. Finally, you go into PPE. Okay. If let's say the company do all of this, when the Dodge people come, still got some accident. Dodge people come. You have done this, they won't charge you. They won't charge you. Because you have taken step to control the hazard, lower the risk. You have done something. If you never do anything, then they will charge you with penalty. You must understand that. Okay, they will understand, oh okay, you sudah buat, Encik sudah ambil tindakan, Encik sudah buat try to kawal hazard, sudah cuba buat risiko, can I tengok you punya high rank? You know just now I showed you the high rank. Oh, then they will say, okay, very good, you have done a good job. Okay, now I allow you, I will give you some notice of improvement. They won't charge you. They won't charge you. They will say, okay, you have taken as an employee, as a majikan, you did your part, but still accident happened. They won't say anything to you. The most they will give you very less penalty. Out they won't give you 500,000. They might give you 1,000. You know, they see minor error, they give you 1,000, which is better. 1,000 is better because you evolved to do this. Now you understand, huh? Why it is important to comply with the OSH 2022. You understand? If you never do, in trouble. If you follow, the Dodge people will come, accident will come and see. You tahu ke ini hazard tu? Ya tuan, kita tahu. Macam mana? Saya nak tengok you dokumen. You ada buat high rank, ada buat macam ni. Habis, kenapa accident jadi? Oh, itu employee punya negligence. Employee punya negligence. Kita sudah suruh dia pakai, kita ada bagi. Boleh saya tengok dokumen? You ada dokumen nama XXX. Ada terima safety helmet, ada terima glove, ada terima safety harness, ada terima semua safety boot semua, mask, ada dia pakai, dia tak pakai tuan, kami tak boleh buat apa. Kita ada 500 pekerja. Dia tak ikut arahan. Oh, negligence. So they will charge that person, employee. Not the majikan save. Sebab majikan already give everything. Now you understand? So that is why high rank is very important and documentation is very important. Mungkin nanti accident happen, you say saya sudah bagi, dia cakap saya tak dapat. Tuan, dia orang tipu. Betul tipu ah. So you bawa ini dokumen. 3 months back kita ada bagi ini, dia sign. Dia punya signature ada. Understand ah? So to comply with the Dodge to the OSHA 2022 is very important so that as a majikan you are safe. Clear? Huh? Alright. So now these are the control measures. You have to do it in your workplace. You know, we see the objective of this training. to reduce eliminate accident in your workplace. Now I believe you all get a good picture.
Yes, sir.
You're clear?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay. What to be removed in the workplace to reduce accident? Okay, good.
Something that can cause the accident.
Okay,
Eliminate risk and hazard.
okay. What about the human being at the workplace? Just now we saw the picture. Or what you see in the picture? What we're discussing in the picture?
Yeah, they lack they lack awareness of.
Okay, good.
Educate them.
Okay. What was you see in the picture? That guy throw the hammer.
Things are not aligned well.
All right. But what the key word we were talking? Key word. You are right.
Yes.
That is the key word. When you catch the key word, you are applying that. In workplace, they should not have unsafe act and also unsafe condition. Alright, these are the key words. It will lower when these are being removed. So you lower the risk. Alright, so now we go into this. This got how many hierarchy of control got? 5 steps. Now, explanation of this 5 step. Alright, elimination is removing the hazard entirely. Alright, substitution is replacing the hazard. Okay, engineering control, isolating people from the hazard. Administrative control, removing people from hazard. Finally, is providing gear to protect against hazard. So far, understand? Any question?
No.
So this is before this we saw the diagram. Now we see the explanation. Alright? Alright, so the 5. You got to be very clear. We are in the final stage of this training. Alright? Now, let me go one by one. Elimination, removing the hazard entirely. Example. What?
Replacing combustible forklift with battery forklift inside the warehouse.
Okay.
So elimination of noise and smoke hazard. It also improves indoor air quality.
Absolutely right. Okay. So this is how elimination happened. So you have forklift, okay, being used inside the warehouse. Warehouse is a very close indoor, we can say building, okay, environment. If there is a noise, when there is a smoke, what will happen? It's circulating inside. What will be the health condition of the workers who are working there? It will affect them because they are inhaling the smoke. If they are inhaling the smoke, what hazard is there just now?
Chemical.
Yes, chemical hazard. They are inhaling day in, day out for 8 hours exposed to the smoke. And one more, the combustible forklift, it will have what?
Noise.
When they drive, it will have noise. Yes, it will have a noise. Okay. So when you replace, so to eliminate, they go into what?
Battery.
When they go with battery, you will eliminate what? On the spot, smoke and noise. So now you understand what is elimination. So you completely replace. When you do that, you eliminate. No more. You eliminate. Clear? So this is what removing the hazard entirely. No more. So when you remove the hazard, you don't have that risk, and you don't have the follow-up incident like any injuries or any health issue related to noise and smoke. Alright? So now we go into substitute. It's what?
Replacing a toxic solvent used in cleaning with a less harmful biodegradable cleaner.
Yes. Okay, so substitute, we use substitution when the situation comes where you must use any other solvent. You have to use. So what you can do close to the best, you can substitute with something with less harmful and biodegradable cleaner. This is for the environment and this is for the human. This is for safeguard the environment. So this you have to understand. If we are not able to eliminate, because you have to wash in the industry, you need to use the chemical, okay? But you cannot take the chemical, throw away and use the water. It's not working. So you try to find substitute which have less effect to the human being and also to the environment. So this comes under what? Substitution. In the hierarchy of control, we are applying second tier of the control measure. Alright? Substitute. Initially elimination followed by substitute. So this can use in anything you saw in the workplace. If you cannot eliminate, then think of substitute. Can you all give any example? Substitution. Beside this. So let's say ladder, tangga. The person is working with what they call the electrical work. So the tangga is metal, aluminium. Aluminium is a good conductor of electricity. So what you can do? The tangga, you cannot throw the tangga. He's using aluminium tangga. Alright? So what you want to do?
Substitute with wood ladder.
Yes. Can you see how we apply this hierarchy of control? We cannot eliminate because you need to work with the height. You have to change the light, whatever. So he's using a very dangerous ladder, aluminium, electrical. It might be tough, but it's dangerous with the electricity. It can electrocute. So we try to deal with this. Okay? So they try to apply second law or rule in the hierarchy of control. Then it's substitute. Alright? So for any question?
No.
Okay. Now we go into engineering control. Isolating people from the hazard. Alright? So, for example, installation of exhaust fan to improve indoor air quality depend on facial mask. Alright? So, engineering control. You use engineering control. You saw there is a confined place, a room, where there is a lot of smoke, and you ask him to wear the mask. That is better, or you apply engineering control. Where what you use?
Exhaust.
You put 20 exhaust fan. It will suck out the smoke out from the room and let the clean air in the room. Are you clear? So this is what becomes engineering control. You try to use some other method to solve the problem. Okay? Clear?
Yeah.
Alright. Any other question? You have anything to think about engineering control? Any example in your workplace where you have a problem but you try to apply it? No, but you can see along the way you can try to apply that. Now we go into administrative control. Administrative control is very interesting. Okay, where you can, what they wrote here?
Training program for employees on safe work practices and hazard recognition of work information.
Which is
Like
what
that.
we are doing right now.
Yeah, we equip the employee with the knowledge. That's not what we were doing in the training. We are imparting the knowledge. So before you come over here and now do you understand? You know, why accident happened? You know, because there is unsafe act, unsafe condition. There is a hazard. Hazard cannot be avoided in the workplace. There is a risk. Risk can be lowered down through the hierarchy of control. Okay, you can lower down the risk through the hierarchy of control. So now you understand Okay, so now in administrative control, training program for employees. Alright, so this is under administration. You are not using tools, you are not using anything, you are just imparting the knowledge. Another one, if let's say one administrative control is there is an employee, she's a pregnant lady, okay, pregnant woman, she's working over here, standing and working for 7-8 hours. So you can apply administrative control where you can say, okay, you work 3 hours, the next hour you can sit down and do execute other work. So rotation, work in rotation. So you are reducing the risk for the pregnant woman. Alright, so this is what administrative control. Imparting knowledge is training, you are rotating the work, somehow what? Creating a safe work practice. Alright, so these are the things. Now we go into PPE. Okay, so I want you to understand PPE is a last resort in the hierarchy of control. This is a complete set of PPE. What are the things you can see over here? We have harness. Working in height, you must use this one. Safety harness. You hook. If you fall down, then the person will be still attached to the main body frame. People can come and help him. Clear? Alright. So example, wear mask, safety helmet, safety shoe, ear muff. You know noise?
Yes.
You can use
Ear muff.
ear muff. Alright. So this is the last resort in the occupational safety, because all of these only work when the worker involved. Let the worker don't want to involve. You give this, will they use or not? They won't use. They say safety helmet is leceh lah, encik. Saya mau pakai dia jatuh. Safety boot, oh yo lagi banyak berat tak mau pakai. Pakai mask, oh leceh lah. Okay, so this problem will be the ear muff, lupa bawa. Saya tak tahu mana saya letak, sudah hilang. So that is why in occupational safety we consider PPE as the last resort, because it is something related to the employee. They won't do, they won't follow. They feel like leceh lah, lupa lah, tak bawa lah. But the hazard is there. That is why we try to use engineering control, try to eliminate, use substitute, eliminate, engineering control. We try to use all of that. If all of that not able to do, then finally we try to use this, because this one requires what? Commitment from the worker. If worker can do this, no problem. But usually that's not the case. Sometimes foreigners, they won't follow. So far, any question with this?
No, sir.
Yeah? Alright. So pass. When you follow the rules, regulation and comply with this PPE, when you wear the PPE, committed to wear the PPE. Yeah? So this video we will see later. Alright, so now we go into activity, group discussion. What is this? Determine what type of control measure need to be applied. Just now the picture we discussed about unsafe act, unsafe condition. The other picture. So now this one you have to use control measure, need to apply as per the picture. What control measure can be used? He is carrying heavy load. What control measure can be applied?
Substitution.
Okay, what he, instead of carrying with the hand, what he can do?
You can use the forklift or
Absolutely right, absolutely. You can use wheelbarrow also. Okay. Now, what else? What this guy is doing is hammering the
It causes vibration.
Yes, vibration. So what you have to wear? Ear muff. Alright. So this job, can he work 8 hours?
No.
So what is shift? What they call administrative control.
Rotation.
So he work 1 hour, got another worker come and replace for 1 hour, so we call it administration control. Alright. So what about this? Okay. So this one what? These are the hazard. It's on top. If people walk down there is a risk. So, what we can do? Can we eliminate?
We can eliminate it.
How?
We can remove it to a lower ground so that it won't cause major accident.
Alright, what we can do is we can come with administrative control where they put it down. When the work were to be done, they carry up. You don't stack it up there. Alright, you are increasing the risk. Some of what you can see with this picture. What you can see with this.
He isn't wearing safety glasses. He isn't wearing safety glasses.
Alright. Okay, this job is supposed to not do over here, is supposed to do in the other places. Okay, it's much more safer where this place is very high dynamic. So, highly recommended this job to be done in much more safe condition. Alright, so we call it again administrative control. So, you have to pull out this job from this site and then do it in some other place. Okay, so that is what we understand with this. So generally you have to understand what is how to apply the tools, hierarchy of control in this workplace. Alright. Now we go into module 4 now. Key learning takeover, reflect learning objective, putting it together and action planner. So, route to safe workplace. What do you think?
Yes, we all agree on a safe workplace.
Okay, start to read.
Unsafe act and unsafe condition are main contributor to accident. Most workplace accidents are preventable with proper hazard control measures.
Control risk using the right method, not the easiest one. Effective control measures reduce risk, not eliminate responsible.
Route to safe workplace. So, unsafe act and unsafe condition are the main contribution to the accident. So far, I believe you don't understand. Then what? Most workplace accidents are preventable with proper hazard control measure. If you apply the hazard, you know the second picture, then control risk using the right method, not the easiest one. Okay, don't take lazy man's approach. Right method, and then effective control measure reduce risk, not eliminate responsible. Alright, so right control measure is important. Now, once you complete this training, you should be able to what?
Identify 6 types of hazards at workplace.
Okay, then
Achieve 100% accident-free workplace.
so now after the training over, can you feel is it achievable or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Very much achievable.
Possible or not?
Yes.
Okay, so now you all understand why accident happen in the workplace?
Yes.
Based on the hierarchy of control and also Henrich law 3329 and 1. Alright, that is Henrich law. If this can be eliminated, you can't have accident. So, is it possible or not?
Yes.
Achievable or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, so now you know what contribute to the accident.
Hazard and risk.
Other with the human.
Unsafe act.
Yes, these are the mantra that you have to remember. Unsafe act and unsafe condition in the workplace contribute to the accident. If you can remove that, you can have achieve 100% accident free. Got very clear?
Yes.
Alright. So, define the important to comply. After this, complete this training, you should be able to define the importance to comply with OSHA. You know OSHA is what? It's a law. So, what are the important? Please explain to me. Why you have to comply to the OSHA 2022?
For every worker's employees safety.
Yes, you are right.
Increase their awareness.
Yes, true.
and to avoid being fined a maximum penalty of 500.
Absolutely right. Okay. So, and also it boosts the employee's moral. Alright, they feel happy to work in the company. They will know, oh, when I go to the workplace, my boss is really taking care of me. Okay, the place are safe to work. Otherwise, if let's say one week one person get accident, they say, where is your friend? Oh, he go for 3 months leave, medical leave. Why? Patah kaki, jatuh. Dia tak bagi safety harness, tak bagi. Then another person will feel tak mau kerja dekat tempat lah. So they will have workers problem. Now you understand. Huh? So when very safe, they go to work, come back. Very safe, they feel confident. So it boosts the moral. Huh? So there is a reason we give a few benefit when you follow the OSH. Huh? Alright, so think about it. So we have completed the 4 module. Alright, so module 1, module 2, module 3 and module 4 are completed. Okay, so all done, delivered. So what is the action plan? Conduct walkthrough in your workplace. Alright, then execute risk assessment. Then put into action. Alright, put into action. So that we can improvement of action starting, you have to have this schedule. Go to your workplace, you must have objective. You walk through to identify the hazard, then execute risk assessment, then put into action hierarchy of control. Alright, so improvement action, what you can do with this, what you saw, what you can do. Then you must have a date. Alright, clear so far. Okay, now Q&A. Before we end, please ask a question. Anything that you all want to clear?
I have a question. So in my company we deal with equipments that produces a very loud noise.
Okay.
So since the factory workers in my company are exposed to loud machinery noise every day, which hazard control techniques would you recommend according to the hierarchy?
Okay. First, we try to use isolation. We cannot eliminate because these are the things they need to use. We try to substitute. Alright. If they're not able to do, we go into substitute using isolation also. You try to put them in another place where there is a noise, and then you need to give them, provide them with PPE. PPE is an easy game, okay, but very effective also. Earmuff, all the PPE. It helps to solve the noise issue. Alright? So engineering control, you cannot avoid using the grinder. Okay, the machinery is very important, but we go with that.
Alright, thank you very much, sir.
You have any question, Mr. Piravin?
Yes, sir. Actually, many places are here workplace are very exposed to people, which is very harmful. Like for example, I personally wanted to know about welding place. They mostly do it at the place where everyone will see it, or what we can do to prevent that.
Okay, good question. It's very relatable. Alright? It's a very good question. Okay, what we can do is we can isolate. Alright, let's say there is a place where people are walking, so we try to provide a special place for them. Tell to them, okay, welding only should be done over here, and people who are not related to them should not come over there. Alright, so there are the things that we can do. Okay, a very good solution. Any